Welcome, my friends, to Peace, Love, and Bring It Back, the podcast that never ends, where we gather our clan and talk about the peace and love in our lives, the difficulties along the journey, and how we rise up from them. We will experience a little thing I call Kluberty together, and by the end of the show, we're going to find our sweet spot. I'm Uncle Dave, and our transformation starts right here. Hey now, and how are you doing? I want to welcome you to the next episode of Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat. Today's episode is going to be one of the first that we're going to put on YouTube. So I also want to talk about who is sponsoring us. It's me. You can't see it because of the different pictures, so I'm going to put it in front of my face. When your heart says it's your time to soar, pick up the book on Amazon. Reach out to Uncle Dave. Yeah, I want you to say, that's exactly what I want to hear. What is that book about? So I'm just going to first tell you about it. Since that's the sponsor, we want to make sure the sponsor gets a top-notch intro. And this book is about, it's your inspiration. It's an inspirational stories. It's stories about my life, but it's not about me. It really is about finding those Pathfinder perspectives we talk about. And when we talk about it, we really level up. We think about our first loves. I broke the book into 3 chapters, or 3 sections. The heartbeat. The heartbeat is our beginnings. What do our beginnings look like? What does that first love look like? Are you still living that first love? Are you still able to touch that first love? And not physically, that first thing. And one of the questions that I always spoke about was, and I didn't know it until a couple of years ago, that first love should begin with us. And when it begins with us, that's where the power is. The power begins. That first heartbeat is our first heartbeat. That's when our lives start. Now, I'm not going to get politically. I'm not going to get religiously. This is all about really starting out. What do you do with that first love? Are you still in love? Look, I'm still in love with a few people. One who's passed, one who's still alive. So I got to tell you, love doesn't stop just because. Love never ends, right? And love is more than what I've said before, right? Love is not pizza. Love is not your car. Love is true, energetically pure love, that you care more about that person's success, you care more about that person than you do yourself. But you should always start off with loving yourself. So that's what we're going to start off the episode on, because when your heart says it's your time to soar, you know you can level up. And that's what we're going to start talking about. Because today, it's our birthday. Woo! So what it means, it's our birthday. It's 2 years. We're 2 years in, over 115 episodes. So statistically speaking, we have one a week. We've missed a couple of weeks at the beginning. So definitely, we have not missed a week since our great George has helped me take over the production parts of it. So I really appreciate George and making out 2 years. I got to tell you, man. Wow, didn't think I'd make 2 years. I wasn't really sure at the beginning of the journey, and the journey is still going. I'm loving this journey. I love bringing the bat. I'm actually integrating it a lot more in my speaking career. Just to let you guys know, this episode is really going to be about catching up with Uncle Dave, and there's a couple of things going on. Not only our celebration that we all took this journey for 2 years, and I appreciate everybody who's listened. Either once or a million times. So, you know, we're growing, and we're going to continue to grow. We're also going to be on YouTube. So check out Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat on YouTube. And then you can see it live if you have a feeling you need to see Uncle Dave or all the amazing guests coming on. And then we're going to probably repurpose some of the older episodes, since I do have the video of some amazing interviews. So really, that's just where we're at, what we're doing. And I can't wait to just keep blowing it up, because this year is going to be my growth year. Now, this week is challenging for me. You all took the ride with me last year, and I'm vague. I know a lot of times the feedback I get is when you go to the personal, Dave, go deep. I don't always want to go deep because there's other people involved. But one of the other people involved was my friend Kevin, who I did mention about here, and I do mention often on the show. We're going up to his first anniversary of his passing. So it's a little weird, man, you know, because all the things that are going on, and all the things going on, I'd love to have my friend there. He was always excited for me. He didn't always believe everything that I did or anything that I would say, but I got to tell you, he definitely believed in me, and man, we're going to go out. We're gathering a couple of people to go out to celebrate his dinner at one of his favorite places, Smoking Owls here in Massapequa. It is not an official sponsor yet. Come on, if anybody here knows Smoking Owls, tell them we'd love to have them. We go there all the time. But, it really teaches me a lot of different things, and I'm reaching over. One of the things that I've mentioned, and I mentioned this on my talk, you can see there's a passport. This is actually Kevin's passport. So among the things I did this year were I took over, right? You make a promise. It's things I talk about. We make a promise. So Kevin and I were friends 35 years, and through all the troubles of my life, all the troubles of his life, and the challenges that he goes through. And I always said I would take care. Kev, go away. Take some time for yourself. Take care. I got your mom. You have somebody, this wonderful woman, Claudia, who took care of his mom. And I still worry. I got it. If anything's needed, I'll be there. And then he died unexpectedly. I found him in his apartment. We had to have the police break in. We couldn't reach at him. And I identified him. And then cleaning out the apartment, we found that passport. That passport is a promise that he made to himself that he was going to travel. And there is not one stamp in it. The envelope was closed. So what I want you to do is, when I first started this podcast 2 years ago, I made a promise that I was going to say, hey, I didn't know what was going to go on. I wanted people to hear my voice, because I know my TEDx talk, it looks a little, staged and things like that. I'm not a great script. Give me a heart. You want to know who Uncle Dave is, you got to meet Uncle Dave. As I've been back on stages the past couple of weeks, as we're opening up the world again, that's where I excel. I do keynotes all the time, but it really is, I have a script, sort of, but when I have to keep to the words, man, that's not who I am. And this is why also I'm just stepping it up this year. We'll be back in a moment.
This is John.
And Mark Cronin from
John's Crazy Socks.
And we're interrupting to say we hope you're enjoying this episode, but please make sure to check out our show, the Spreading Happiness Podcast, another great show produced by Launchpad 516 Studios. New episodes are available every week on all your favorite podcast platforms. Join us on our new podcast as we continue our mission, spreading happiness.
Thank you, folks.
You're listening to Peace, Love, and Bring It Back with me, Uncle Dave Shemetsky. So we go back to the story with Kevin. So he made a promise to himself. He was going to travel. And we don't know how much time we have. And that's the real sad part. We don't know how much time we have. Use your time for exactly what you need to do. Sort of like peace, love, and bring a bat, man. The peace we have within ourselves, only we can control our own peace. Love, I'm going to talk this upcoming weekend at an event about unconditional love. Start it with you. Once you start it with you, it can go everywhere else. And if you're happy with yourself, if you can honestly say, I love yourself, which is not something I was able to do, that now I can definitely do, man, I love it, because it really does charge me up. I love myself, and I love so many other people. So this is also the weekend right before Valentine's Day. If you're listening to it after Valentine's Day, this is when the recording was. Valentine's Day is tough, man. It's tough. I'm separated from my wife. Love her dearly. Love my kids. In fact, part of the book is dedicated to all four of my daughters. So, life is a challenge, but I have people in my life. I have some really amazing friends who are just there. But I got to take care of myself. That's the end of the goal. Is when I was through my biggest troubles, it was because I didn't take care of myself. I was taking care of everybody else. So I do make sure in a non-selfish way that I come first. I go to acupuncture. I take care of my meditation every morning. I say prayers every morning. I also send out love. Love is an energy. There are people who don't want to receive love, and that's fine. I don't have anything for you. If you want to create those boundaries when we talk about bring a bat and those boundaries, that's okay. If you knew me 4 years ago and that's the person you choose to keep living in your life, that's okay. That's not who I am. Man, I am so much more. I'm different, and we're all different. If you have not changed a bit in 4 years, and honestly say that to yourself, then you've wasted 4 years. Nobody, no matter where you are in life, no matter how great you are, all the great people, and I'm talking about educated people, all the spiritual people, they continue to keep learning. It doesn't make them great human beings. I'm not telling you I am now a great human being. I'm still the person who was. Do I still make mistakes? Hell yes. And when I'm on my path, and I know my Pathfinder perspectives, which I give out a little bit in the book, it really does talk about all the different things. So there's a story about Kevin that I share in the book about perseverance, about really reaching what's in your heart. What do you need in your heart? What do you understand in your heart? And man, when I do that, that's what I do. So every now and then when I get a little off my track, off my path, I then have to just ground myself. And that's why I bring the R's into my heart. As I say this all the time, and we've not always added those R's and heart in the show, but when you ground yourself, when you stay in Mother Earth, man, that's what it is. And that's by doing that, that's where the raw R's come in. That's where you rise, resilience. Reach for what you need to do. Respect everybody. Now, when you go to love, some people don't want your love. I know there are people who don't want my love. That's okay. It's all right. Doesn't mean that I can't love them anyway. I can't send them energy. I won't send them energy. Sure, I will. But that doesn't mean that they have to receive it. It's their choice. They want to put up a block, go for it. Do what you got to do, man. I understand it because those are the boundaries that you feel you need to keep. And when we're doing all this, going back to that Kevin piece, you never know how much time that we have. I know no matter what, when I close my eyes, I wrote about it today on Facebook. The memories I have, I have less good memories, but the memories I have all have either taught me something or are the things I am going to be glad to take with me if and when I go. And I'm not ready to go. I will never, ever be down that dark path again that I was where I tried to kill myself. How do I know that? Is because I know I now make sure the boundaries are, and I make sure that I look for my sweet spot. I make sure that even when I'm not feeling right, I don't feel right every day, but I do feel that every day is a blessing. And I wake up every morning, say my prayers, say my meditation, because I'm taking care of myself. I don't run for the social media jive. I don't do any of those things. And really, that's what this is all about. So we're celebrating our birthday. We're celebrating Kevin's angel birthday. And man, I wish he was here, not just because I miss my friend. I know the times. I'll share a story. When I first got divorced, going through divorce is never fun. And got to divorce, and the circumstances were not great. I was cheated on. I was, feeling low. So anybody who's been cheated know that doesn't feel great. And I was like, Kevin, I need to go away. You want to come with me? Great. And we did. We went out west, and I said, there's only one goal. And anybody who knows Kevin knows he's not great directionally. But he's great in so many other ways. I said, no negative stuff for 1 week. Give me 1 week, no negative stuff. We went horseback riding. We hiked. We saw the sunset sunrise as people are holding hands, and he's standing there with his headphones and listening to music, and I'm running up and down the ridge in Bryce Canyon taking pictures. But the greatest part about it, he wasn't a very emotional person. He got out. We were there at dark 30, and I probably have told this story. I said, Kev, you got to get out. You see a million stars. Now, we come from Brooklyn, so you don't always see. There's light pollution. You can't always see all the stars. There was more stars than we both had ever seen. And then there was a shooting star, and he got excited. I had never seen Kevin so excited in his life. I've seen him determined, as when we were walking up Nevada Falls, as I mentioned in the book. That perseverance, man, that's what I want you all to have, is the perseverance, is no matter what's in your heart, whatever love is in your heart, keep that in your heart. That's why when I say I love people and I dedicate it to people who I have not seen in years, I love them. This past year, I walked over for his 80th birthday, my father-in-law. So I haven't seen him in about 3 years, and I walked over. I was like, here's a birthday card, happy 80th, and I love you. He invited me into the house, and I was like, I need to run, but I appreciate it, and just know that I love you and I wish you the best. That's what love is. Every morning when I say my prayers, the people who are included in my prayers and my love, that's what it is. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not saying, oh, I gave you a gift, so now you have to love me, you have to this. Hell no. Unconditional love, and that's what I really try to preach, is I'm going to give you something, I'm going to send you something. It's your choice to receive it or not receive it. It's your choice to reciprocate it back or not, because that's what love really is. It's not about Valentine's Day and I'll get you flowers and you'll give me whatever you're going to give me. Now, so make sure that whatever you do, you celebrate. So this might not be the celebration, the 2-year anniversary, or the first episode that we're going to put out on YouTube, but I got to tell you, who the hell cares? Celebrate every day. It's the Barry Sanders belief. When he used to score a touchdown, he would just hand the ball off to the referee. It was like he had been there all the time. One of the greatest running backs in football. That's what we want to do. I'm going to level this up and want you to level it up. Keep contacting me. I am so appreciative of all the guests that I've had in the 2 years. Each guest has made something special for me. I really do send out love for the opportunity of the time. I appreciate the time that you've all offered me in doing this. And let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. And I hope to see more of you in the future. As always, I wish you peace, love. And when you bring in a bat, hit that sweet spot. Knock it the way that you want to. Do it the best that you can. And I love you. Thanks so much. I'm really glad that you're enjoying our show. Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat is brought to you by Launchpad 516 Studios. Executive produced by David Chemetsky and George Andriopoulos. Music selections by James Grant, Zach Nelson, and James Gaither, and licensed through Storyblock. Sound effects and sponsorship music licensed through Epidemic Sound. Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat is hosted with Podbean. Subscribe to our show wherever podcasts are available. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and share with all of your friends. Follow us on Facebook at Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat. Follow me, Uncle Dave Chemetsky, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Clubhouse. You can find all those links and more info at davidchemetsky.com. For show ideas, feedback, guest inquiries, or just a chat, reach out to me at peacelovebringabat@gmail.com. For sponsorship and media inquiries, reach out to peacelovebringabat@lp516.com. Make sure to follow all the great podcasts produced by Launchpad 516 Studios. Today's journey has come to a close, my friends. I hope the seeds of peace and love continue to grow for each one of you. Remember that peace and love surrounds you and will assist you to rise again. But don't forget to bring a bat for what you believe in. Namaste.